everybody. Welcome to the stream. I have the second part of my last video I did yesterday. I'm gonna try and have this be as kind of comprehensive and just to the point as possible, putting very little of my opinion. Last stream was a bit intense. I read through some of the chats between ImAllexx and his ex. So that was really not a very fun stream to do because it was just very intense and it was hard to look through, so I gave myself some more time and I made a compilation of everything that I found, including the old Slazo allegations. I kind of put that in there as well because I think it's important to understand that this is a repeated behavior on ImAllexx's point. So let me see if I can get this up real quick. Here we go. I love obsidian so much. Look at how beautiful this is. Okay, so we're going to start out with the Slazo Controversy, just doing a quick overview of what the heck that even was. So if you don't know, Slazo is a British YouTuber, or was a British YouTuber. He still does videos on his other channel, but not really him as himself. Like, he has other people doing it. But he had an ex-girlfriend called Chey, as you can see here. And this is why I haven't been posting and what's been going on. And here it links to this Twitlonger, which we can read right here. Hello, this is Fizzy Pop, or as some of you know me, Chey. I need to talk about some serious topics today, and I ask that you read the entire thing. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. I had recently been hearing some comments from mutuals/friends that Slazo has or had been acting strange and had made some people uncomfortable, and I need to speak out. I've been silent about this for almost 3 years. Now, after a lot of consideration and talking to my closest friends, along with considering police involvement, I've decided to come out. Slazo, who I will be referring to as Michael, and I were in a relationship from 2016 to 2017. I'm gonna take this off. But had continued to talk into 2018 in a provocative way. Michael, during our relationship, was abusive both verbally and sexually. During our time together, Michael was incredibly demanding of sexual favors and would often guilt or force me into situations to which I was not comfortable. If I was to try and deny or argue against him, he would become aggressive. Michael would often yell or become upset when I refused or said I was not in the mood. To this, the only way to calm him was for me to send him images or undress on camera. We lived 3 hours away from each other by train, so most of the time it was our only contact. However, Michael and I had met multiple times. Mike is 2 years my senior, and at the time I was 14-15, while he was 16-17. I had expressed to Michael that I would rather wait until I was 16 to have sex, which in the end never happened. Michael, on our first date, touched me in the cinema despite me never kissing someone before. I assumed this was normal, although I was uncomfortable by it, and let it happen. On our second date, was much of the same. And touched me in a cinema despite never kissing someone before, so this was okay. Our second date was much of the same, of him asking me for a blowjob and trying to undo my bra in a public park. Again, I was uncomfortable. There were many times that I would say no, or even cry, and I was never taken seriously, and he would move my hand to touch himself while I cried, or touch me. He would also not visit if I was on my period. Even so, every time that something bad would happen, and I would cry or say that I wanted to break up, he begged me to stay, and that he would do better, and that he loved me. And I believed him. His behaviors afterwards continuously got worse, though. He denied me access to friends, getting mad if I talked or wanted to go out with him. He also controlled my art, and if I drew something he didn't like, he would get mad and I would take it down, not wanting to deal with an outburst. Michael controlled almost every aspect of my life, and I was reduced to thinking I was nothing more than a sex object. I, at that stage, attempted to take my own life during that relationship, I was on antidepressants. Jesus Christ. I am on antidepressant medications and have been for almost 4 years. The amount of stress built up and I ended up in the hospital. I was sent home soon after. Oh my god. I don't know how to speak. I was sent home soon after, lying to the doctors and my family that I had woken in the middle of the night after a panic attack and taken too many by accident. Michael, though, after all was said and done, after I was out of the hospital and back in therapy, asked if I really needed my medication, because it lowered my sex drive. Now thinking back on it, I feel stupid for being so forgiving and naive and not telling anyone. But I was scared that if I told someone, I would ruin Michael's life. This was my first relationship and my first example of what I was to believe a relationship to be. I lost a lot of people. I lost a lot of friends, opportunities, and time because of what happened. And I don't want this to happen to someone else. I believe people can change and heavily tried to believe and have benefit of the doubt for a long time regarding him and his actions. But the recent actions and informations I have heard about, I can no longer overlook. And then we're gonna go to the link here. These are the screenshots that she has against Slazo. Let's bring it down a little. Let's open it up. These are kind of like really bad, and Slazo has admitted to them being not the best, but I will say the age that he was in, I kind of understand, like, he's a horny teenager, you know, stuff is gonna happen. It is what it is. But, and he's said it. He's been like, yeah, like, I'm sorry for what I did. He did apologize, saying, like, I didn't think it was this way, but we'll listen to what he has to say. But these are the messages. Why are you embarrassed, though? Because I said I didn't want to do it last time, but hey, now this happened, and, so fuck, I'm embarrassed. Didn't want to do what? I didn't want you to touch me there. I'd been sick this past week. It's fine, but, like, I don't know what I'm saying at this point. It wasn't that bad, babe, like, really. I'm gonna go lie down and be sad now. I still would have eaten you out and stuff. Are you upset? Yeah, I guess I'm upset. Tell me how you feel, please. Are you mad at me? I just said how I feel. It's fine if you are, I guess. Why is that? Because when you were there, I specifically said, hey, I'm not really in the mood for that stuff. And you still did it. I still feel bad for, like, wanting to force you to have sex with me. I had the urge. It's okay, everybody has urges, sometimes ones they don't like. It was a pretty strong urge, though. Blank always said that whenever you talk about it, whenever you talk about me, whenever we were together with sex, you got angry at me, and I saw my dad in you. I wanted to make it better because I thought that I deserved it. What? I don't know what you mean. You said to me once that you liked getting angry at me or yelling at me. Oh. And people told me whenever you would talk to me, whenever you would talk about me, it would be about sex. I meant like letting anger out at someone felt good. Oh, the way that this is portrayed is so strange, and I don't know why. This is something I saw in the last video, in the last live stream. They do this thing where they don't finish their sentences. They type out like half a sentence and then send it and then send in the other half. So that's why I'm like confused. But actually, these are so this part is completely different from wait, hold on, I'm getting lost. This part is like different from this part. Like these are not all on the same day, right? So we have to take that into account. We have to look at the dates because it seems like they're all in a row. So if you like look at it that way, it's not. So make sure like when you're looking at these, you have to look at it like that. Well, we get the point, you know, like these are not very good. There was also a joke here that was not good as well. Here. there's something he said here. I heard, so, hey, can we call, I'm sorry if I'm scaring you. This is the one I mainly wanted to talk about. I'm sorry if I'm scaring you. You aren't, babe. It's okay. I'm not scared. I had the urge to force myself on you. I could have done it. I'm horrified. How are you not scared? Because I believe in you. I hope I have the self-control. It'll be alright. I don't want you to be afraid of me. You'll help me? Of course. Thank you. I don't think I'd say I have rape tendencies, but this is just because we've done it, and because I'm so horny at 16, 17. I'm thankful for that. Yeah, I'm not scared of you ever, okay? So that's something I want to point out. He's literally saying, like, I don't have these tendencies, but, like, I have, like, the urge to have sex, and it's strong. And then he has, like, a really bad joke. Whatever. We'll get into that later, but so these are just like an overview of the allegations, which we can do a quick summary. Why did she reveal this? Because someone who is going to be mentioned later, someone told her that Slazo was making people uncomfortable. This someone is ImAllexx. So that comes out way later during the Keemstar allegations and everything. Or not the Keemstar allegations, but Keemstar basically saying that's ImAllexx, faked these fake rape allegations. They had begun dating in 2016 to 2017. This was Chey's first relationship. I say that in quotations. Their first date, they went to the cinema, and she was touched inappropriately. Second date, they went to a public park, and Slazo asked for a blowjob in public. Third situation, Chey attempted suicide, but lied and said that it was that she took too many antidepressants by accident. They broke up in 2018, but they still flirted. At this time, Chey, when they started dating, Chey was 14 and Slazo was 16. So they were both underage. And then an overview of the allegations that Slazo is sexually and verbally abusive. Slazo was demanding sexual favors by form of guilt tripping or force. I'm not sure if she meant this physically or not. Slazo would get upset if she refused him, and the only way to calm him would be to send nude photos. Slazo was controlling of her art, friends, and mental state. He did this by reducing her, making her believe that she is purely a sex object. And after the suicide attempt, Slazo told her to stop taking her meds because it lowered her sex drive. This has been confirmed true by Slazo, and he does regret this. So, we're gonna do a quick look at this video real quick. Here we go. We're going to look at Slazo's response. We're going to make it a little bit faster so we can just get through it, because this is going to be a very, very long stream.
I wanted to make a video regarding the situation as of a couple weeks ago. Some of you might be wondering why it took so long to make this response. That's mainly because I wanted a good but belated response. I've got a list of things here that I want to talk about. So I didn't want to rush it, basically. I didn't want a terrible, crying, early apology, that becomes so infamous. And on top of that, a lot of the things being said are just blatantly untrue, and when I first saw them, I wasn't sure how to respond. It took me a while to recoup from this and think about how to go forward. It really shocked me. Firstly, I just want to apologize to Chey, to my friends, my family, everyone involved in this situation. It's been hard on everyone, and I'm certainly no saint here. I certainly have made my mistakes, so I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm going to just give my side as I see it, and I ask that you watch this whole video before reaching any conclusions. That's my only request. So a couple weeks ago, my ex, Chey, also known as FizzyPop, on Twitter, released a statement regarding our relationship. This was a just shy of 1 year relationship. It lasted from 2016 to 2017. We live in neighboring cities, and we're about 3 hours apart by train. Now, my parents were unaware of this relationship. They're very religious, and I knew that if I told them I was going to see my girlfriend, they wouldn't have let me. So I told my parents that I was seeing my friend Harry in Sydney, and I was only able to go and visit her because Chey convinced her mother to lie to my mother over the phone and spin the whole Harry story. So we could see each other maybe once every month or two. And I'm going to use as few jump cuts and as few edits in this video as I can, but I do have a stutter, and I usually edit this out, but I'm just going to keep it to a minimum as long as it's watchable. So getting right into the specifics, Chey made this Twitlonger about me and about her grievances with our relationship, and let's get into it. So basically, at the beginning, she states that she had intentions to wait until 16 before doing anything. I never got this impression. She never said this to me. She never implied it. In fact, very early on in a Skype call, she said to me, nobody needs to know, when I asked her if she wanted to wait to do anything. So I'm not sure why she said that, and why she thinks that, or if she does. And now, obviously, I don't have a recording of a Skype call from like 2016, but I do have plenty of evidence from very early on in the relationship where she clearly made no intention to wait until 16. That was never clear to me. I never got that impression, and I don't know why she's saying that. There was a very two-way thing here, albeit a very awkward teenage two-way thing, but it was a two-way thing. Most of the messages I won't release for both of our sakes. They're kind of inherently embarrassing, but they definitely exist, and I never got this impression. There's actually one message where she says that she wants to wait until 16 before doing anything, and that is from January 2018, after our relationship ended. So maybe this is what she meant. I'm not sure how it's too relevant. We had broken up, but we intended to get back together after I moved out, which never happened, but she could be referring to this, but if she is, I don't know why. This is after the relationship. This is after all these things she's saying. Next, she goes on to describe our first date, where she says, Michael, on our first date, touched me in a cinema, despite me never kissing someone before. I assumed this was normal, although I was uncomfortable by it and let it happen. And now this confused me when I read it at first, because it's not really how it happened. It's true that we did meet on our first date, and we did go to the cinema. That much is true. And it was very awkward. We'd only talked online before that. Neither of us really knew what we were doing too well. We went to the cinema, we had our first kiss, our teeth hit each other's, neither of us knew what we were doing, and I was willing to call it quits there, when she pulls my hand down and says to touch her, which is a pretty long way from how she portrays it in her version of the story. In fact, she was actually the one who brought up the entire idea of doing anything in the cinema. It was her idea, and I had no reason to believe she wasn't as in on this as I was, so I'm not sure why she made it look like this. And I think it's worth mentioning that I thought this was completely normal at the time as well. This is my first relationship, unless you count a week-long year 9 relationship where the most we did was hold hands on the way home. So unless you count that, this was my first real relationship, and I had no idea what to expect. And now, before we move forward, I do want to mention that she mentions in this bit that she's never kissed someone before. This confused me, because that's not the impression I had. In fact, when we were walking around the streets of Sydney while we were dating, we passed by a Woolworths or something, and she told me a story from what happened outside that Woolworths once, where she and an ex-girlfriend of hers kissed in front of some religious guy preaching about gay marriage. So, unless she told that same lie to me and a friend of mine who heard the same thing, then I'm not sure why you would lie about that. And on top of this, on the same note, she also mentions later in the post that she's never been in a relationship before. This isn't the impression that I was under. I was under the impression from these screenshots here that she's had at least 2 boyfriends and 1 girlfriend before we ever met. So I'm not sure why she would say this, and she had more relationship experience than me when we began dating, for what it's worth. Hey guys, it's me from one day in the future here. I just had some things I needed to clear up a bit better, and so I figured I'd just re-record a bit of this video. So in this next bit of her statement, Chey says that I got touchy-feely in a park, and I was making unwanted advances while she was crying and asking me to stop, and that I moved her hands to touch myself. This makes me sound like a monster, and if it did happen, I would be a monster. But this isn't how it happened. What did happen was this was a very awkward but mutual situation, where she describes I moved her hands to touch me. She did that of her own volition, and she even mentions this in Discord messages from after we met up in person, so yeah, I'm not sure why she would lie about that. And the way she talks about what happened at that park is very different from how she says it publicly. She is very much on board with it, with the messages from the time where it actually happened. And the way she talks about it then is very different from the way she talks about it in hindsight. I had absolutely no reason to suspect that she didn't want what was happening or that she wasn't on board with it. She even mentions doing other things, and I had no reason to not think that she wasn't as keen as I was. She also mentions me taking off her bra while she's crying. Firstly, I would never do this. If I ever suspected that she didn't want any advance I was making, I would stop. And also, the way she talks about it in the messages from the time gives the impression that I wasn't even intentionally trying to take off her bra, which I wasn't. So there's that. In general, this was a kind of awkward teenage situation. We were both kind of trying to guess what the other wanted and cater to that. She also mentions that I was asking for a blowjob. It probably came up in conversation, maybe, that, or wouldn't it be cheeky if we did it here, in that way. But I never honestly wanted or expected one from her, especially in a public place. And then we've got the DMs that she released, beginning with the most bandied around ones. These are jokes, not good jokes, not acceptable jokes, not appropriate jokes, not funny jokes. And honestly, they're probably going to haunt me until the day I die. They are probably the worst messages ever sent by man. But they are jokes, and they are taken out of context and put into a much, much worse one. And at the time, especially in my friend groups and social circles, online and offline, edgy humor like this was cool. It was funny. Obviously, in hindsight, it's not very funny and it's not appropriate. If you told me that these made her uncomfortable, I would be inclined to believe you. And over the course of this relationship, there are plenty of things that I do regret. There are plenty of things I wish I could take back, and if I could, I wouldn't a heartbeat. I was emotionally unavailable. I didn't give you the support you needed. I was overly focused on certain physical things. I was a controlling asshole. I was a dick, and I'm sorry for that. I really am. It's probably my biggest regret in life, and if I could go back and change it, then I would. So yeah, I've apologized for that before, I'm apologizing now, and I'll apologize as many times as I need to. It's something I do regret and that I am ashamed of. And I have no doubt that it has caused real pain on Chey's end. And now with this next bit, I'm going to spare as many details as I can for her sake, but previous to these messages, I'd mentioned something, a complaint I had that I probably should have kept to myself. It's embarrassing for her, and she's saying that she wasn't too keen on doing that thing in the first place, and now she's embarrassed. And then I say that it wasn't that bad regarding the complaint that I had earlier. Comforting people is not my forte, and it definitely wasn't back then. Anyway, around here, she crops out around 11 minutes of conversation between us, where I apologize and try to get her side and understand how she feels. I wasn't very good at it, but I tried. In the video where she's scrolling through our messages here to prove that they're real, she also goes nearly up to where I apologize and try to understand her point of view, but then quickly scrolls down. I feel like this is worth mentioning because she says that these were the kind of conversations we would have, despite cutting out all the good bits and only including the absolute dodgiest things I say. It's not overly representative of the average conversation we would have if you cut out every good bit. And next we have these messages. I understand how bad they look. They look terrible. But just know, just right off the bat, that I would have and will never force myself on somebody who doesn't want it. That's not who I am. It's disgusting, and I would never do it. even the version of myself who sent these messages would never do it. Or what you see in these really embarrassing messages is me trying to articulate how badly I wanted it at the time. Not very well. I didn't have any filter, and I should have thought about what I said before I said it. I'm sorry about saying this. It was stupid. It was thoughtless, and I hate that I said it. I hate reading these now. So I'm sorry for making you feel uncomfortable, Chey. It certainly makes me feel the same now reading back on them. And now through this relationship, I felt like Chey was the only person in the world I could trust. I didn't have any filter when I spoke to her. I felt like I could say anything, and she would understand exactly how I felt. We both thought we were going to get married at the time. This is how young and silly and foolish this relationship was. And in the end, I placed way too high of an expectation on her. I wasn't a good boyfriend, and it ended up being pretty damaging. And again, I'm sorry for that. This was my first real.
Alright, so we're gonna end that video there. You guys get the point. So we're gonna leave it at that. And then, so you're probably asking, B, where the hell does ImAllexx come up in any of this? So here's where it gets very interesting. ImAllexx actually pushed allegations against Slazo, a person that he was friends with and did videos with, just saying that Slazo was a rapist, which is completely absurd. Like, that's insane. From any of these, even from Chey's point of view, these are not things a rapist would say. A rapist isn't gonna say, I'm scared of my urges. A rapist would just go and follow their urges, first of all. So this is a TLDR. I never accused Michael of anything, but what he admitted to personally makes me uncomfortable, and I don't want to be around anyone like that. Hopefully that's understandable. I do hope he gets help at controlling himself better, as everyone should try to improve. So it's just him saying like, oh yeah, here we go. As I said in that DM, I'd support, oh no, this is to Keemstar. So basically they had been ImAllexx and then Hyojin were all in a chat together. This is the main DM that shows up, and basically it shows ImAllexx, Quiet, and Hyojin kind of collaborating together in order to take Slazo down, specifically Hyojin. She has a lot more involvement with that than ImAllexx, Quiet, and some other people. But he was still like saying, yeah, let's take this guy down. Like, I reckon we need to try and get out soon. We want to make sure that he can't continue. Whatever makes that happen, I support. He also came up with some false claims that Slazo was making other girls uncomfortable, and that's where the Keemstar allegations come up. I had a hard time finding the video, since it's literally just been a day of research. As I said in the DM, this is him responding to Keemstar saying that they were fake allegations. As said in that DM, I'd support the people who came forward, as I believe they're victims who had contacted us. I'm not trying to falsely accuse anyone of anything. Just support my friends who were going through a hard time at the hands of another, as it seemed right. And then after everything, he did end up responding to his Slazo involvement. Recently, I spoke to Slazo and discussed, as well as apologized for my support of Chey's original post and the way I handled the accusations that had been put forward. I came to the conclusion I had through multiple friends of mine reinforcing stories, as well as multiple other people coming forward privately with their own personal situations, involving Slazo, which under the pretext I fully believed at the time. I should have waited for both sides of the story and regret supporting the post without having all the information and hearing Slazo's side. I have spoken to him since and apologized for jumping the gun, no matter how damning I believe the evidence was. It was a mistake to support the post, as no matter how much I believed the allegations were true, does not excuse the fact that it should have been given to the correct authorities to deal with properly and privately. I regret giving my personal opinion on the situation, as it was not necessary. I did so because I felt responsible as a friend of those involved, but also as a friend of Slazo's, to not support the behavior he had been accused of, as fully as I believed that it was completely true at the time. Regarding me doubling down, I very much believed a lot of the stories I had been given from multiple other people, which is why I wasn't quick to dismiss the alleged victims that had been approached me. Although that doesn't excuse my rash responses and poor handling of a very delicate situation, I understand that people are upset with my lack of response, but I've personally taken time to respond due to recent events and constantly developing situations that have been happening privately. I removed my posts regarding the situation as I can no longer stand behind them, nor do I believe in any of them based off new information that I've been given. We're not going to watch these videos, but I'm going to show a few videos that are worth looking at that kind of tracks the progress of literally all the tweets and DMs. Bo Blacks is literally amazing. He has these 3 videos, which I suggest I'll be linking them in the description after the stream is done in the VOD. So these 3 are great videos to just see all of the allegations that have happened. Like, they're actually insane. It really goes into depth in literally everything. Even talk about Hyojin's involvement, all of that. So now, we're gonna get to Alice. Okay. This is the big one that we were looking at yesterday. There are some things that I would like to say before we get into the statement. Right? We saw most of what had happened in my last stream, which was just a quick read-through. But here in while I was doing my research, I found this on Twitter, which is a tweet by Cope and Seeth. So as Cope and Seeth was looking at the docs, she noticed that a few screenshots were cropped, and when you see what was cropped, it was this, which is, as you can see, it's the racist N-word, and this is Alice's response, which I think is a perfect, oh my god, I can't even speak so much. I think it's a perfectly rational response. And it's true that she does write in her statement that she began to adopt some of Alex's language because it had been just so normalized. She doesn't excuse it, but it is just a repercussion of the abuse that she was dealing with after being called that so many times, and it's kind of funny. She's basically calling him that, which is true. He is racist. So here is the initial tweet with her statement with the Google Docs, and I've linked the Google Docs here, but I've made my own little timeline allegation list thing here, so we're gonna read through this. And this is just kind of a summary of the situation that had happened. So on this side we have timeline of events that occurred, and then the allegations that go along with it, as well as some things that none of this is proven, all of this is alleged. Have to say that because, you know, don't want to get sued. But the timeline is things that most likely happened, and allegations are things that have some proof. Like, I'll link the proof on the side. They have some proof, but you know, questionable, you know, stuff. So they had met before dating, but they officially started dating on March 17th, and everything seemed to start out well. You got the honeymoon phase. Alice was working at home at this time, and that caused most of their conversations to be through texting or video call. And because of this, Alex had become needy, wanting to talk all the time, was the point that Alice would limit her time with work and her friends. And then these talks began to escalate into verbal abuse and mental abuse. So we're going to look at this video here, which kind of shows the abuse that she was facing.
Sorry first.
So I'm a fucking whore mouth bitch retard cunt.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the
Didn't go on the
maybe?
offensive.
Okay. I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is Just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend
You're
would do.
acting
And go,
like
I
this
didn't,
is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this.
Alright, so that's the first video, y'all. That's the first situation. I don't know what would ever excuse you saying that. You'd have to do something really messed up, like kill somebody's dog, to say something like that. So here is some texts that show kind of what kind of person Alex is. So we have idiot talk. You text like an R word, so you call me. Say everything's wrong. You say everything wrong on text. So he's like trying to get her to call all the time. And also just disgusting language. Alright. So the next thing. During this time there would also be a lot of breakup texts. Mainly because Alice would interact with her followers, tweets, or upset Alex. Here you go. I'm done with your stupid ass. I'm not gonna read these because they're actually like legitimately insane, and reading them makes me also go insane. But you guys can read it there and see like how fucking disturbing it is. So yeah. Like, I'm done with your stupid ass. Basically saying, you know, I'm dropping you. I don't wanna talk to you. Mostly because like she would just talk to some of her followers. And the relationship continued. Same with arguments. Alice said in her statement that she had to change for Alex, mostly because whenever she was sad, there would be some kind of retaliation against her for one reason or another. Whether that be just him attacking her for just being sad, or diminishing her feelings, or calling her sick. Things like that. You wanted, I wanted reassurance, got an argument instead. So when she's searching for some kind of reassurance in her feelings, she just gets fights and yelling. And then another breakup text, please fuck off permanently. I said to forget all of this and you let me see you after you said you hate me. I hate you genuinely. And then here's other ones that are just completely disgusting. Just repeatedly telling her to die. Oh, and yeah, she has a depression. So Alice has I assume it's been diagnosed depression because she's on antidepressants and her doctors are aware. So saying that to someone with depression, knowing that their emotions are, you know, kind of all over the place, is really, really disgusting. This is another video that's also just dark.
Thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join call, and when you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up, which is why it's
So we don't really have the context for a lot of these videos. I assume because she starts recording before or like after the fight initially happens, because you don't really know when the fight's gonna happen. You don't know what you're gonna say that's gonna trigger him. So understandably, like we may not have the full context. It's hard to decide when to record, because then you just end up recording the whole thing. And then sometimes when Alex would apologize, he would say he wouldn't mean it. So this is her saying, thanks for apologizing, I don't mean it, wicked, you deserve it. But then he would go and just change up, like, on a whim. So he says he feels awful, like, you know, trying to be like, oh, I'm sorry, trying to get her to just come back and love bombing her. So yeah, and it was there were some other texts there that were just saying like, I'm sorry just so you shut up. Sometimes Alex would complain about his job, as well as Alice's job. They were both content creators. He didn't want to talk about work, or Alice didn't want to talk about work with Alice. Oh my god. The Alex and Alice are insane. Alice didn't want to talk about work with Alex because it would lead to more arguments. So that we have these two videos that kind of confirm that.
What judging mental is, I think I may have said like 100 times to the point where it's actually really hard to follow what I'm saying because it's so flexible. I've gone, you could do this, but you might be able to do that, but you might be able to do that, and you might be able to do this, and this might work, but you might be able to do that, and it sounds fucking mental. I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. Like most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying, but that's why I'm a professional and you're all not. Because and then when you go, I don't like this, it's a like massive issues there. And you think you can just fucking ignore them because like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Your boyfriend's a fucking famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to fucking lose because your life might be down the fucking drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give. You're making it incredibly fucking hard for me, just like Lewis did.
Yeah.
I fucking hate all of you. You guys are fucking like I can't make any videos with Paul Breach.
Alright, so he also shades his friends a lot, which is disgusting as well. And then in July 2023, they had both gone to Italy together, and in this trip, Alice opened up about her sexual assault, which to Alex just responded by saying, I don't want to know what other guys have done with you or to you. And then he also sent this text while also threatening to leave. Bring up weird shit on our first holiday, ruin every moment. I've no fond memories with you, actually none. And then Alice just saying, like, what's the point in saying this? Like, what are you getting from hurting my feelings? After a while, Alex decides to buy a house, and he assumes that Alice is going to move in with him. This is not the case initially. Alice does tell him that she's scared and does not want to move in with him. Scared of his actions, his threats, and his insults. So this is the backlash that she gets when she says that she's scared. There you go. There's that. Disgusting messages from Alex. Sorry, I don't mean to say that. It's just like, just reading that. They do eventually move in with each other, which I don't understand how either one of them could move in with each other after literally everything they've gone through already. At this point, Alice decides to record all of the abuse by writing it down on notes, which is in the statement. I will not be showing them here. You can go to the statement and check it out. It's like at the end of the statement. It's just a bunch of notes, but it's basically covering the same things I'm covering here. But she does start texting her mom and dad about the things that are going on. So with her mom's messages, she says it's fine, then bad, then fine, then bad. And when she says fine, it's not really fine. It's just him just not arguing for just a second. But then not really happy, but not arguing. And then the mom just saying, that's psycho. Oh, we also have a message to dad, but we'll get into that in a second. And we have the first physical altercation that occurs between the two of them. This is October 19th, 2023, 4 days from the day that they move in. And the argument started as a screaming match. Alice begged Alex to leave her alone. He grabbed her hoodie as she walked away, and she fell to the floor. He grabs her, puts her in a headlock, as well as covering her mouth as she is screaming to let her go, and is eventually able to get away and text her dad. And this is alleged because we don't have any proof of this. We just have the messages and her word at this time. We also have the videos, which the videos in and of itself, they're terrible. And, you know, I don't know what you could say to make them any better, honestly. So this is her messages with her dad. To be honest, as soon as I go to shit again, I'm out. And I'm coming home. Makes it easier. I'm not happy with you taking any more shit. You don't deserve to. You deserve better. Kisses. Is bear on cat or kitten blink food? Any blink. And you're right, I'm not gonna take any more. I just feel weird leaving without saying anything. When he's calmed down, I feel a little bit stuck right now. You don't owe anybody anything, and if he hasn't apologized / groveled, then he shouldn't be surprised. And it doesn't stop at words if it starts there and gets worse. If he's already pushed you over and put his hands all over your mouth, he will punch you eventually. Then he'll, I guess, film a video to defend himself against it. But don't let it get that far. Get out. So her parents are aware of the situation. They're telling her, please leave the situation. This is not good. This is a very dangerous time for her. And then, I guess 2 months later, because it was October, was the first one. So like almost 2 months, a month and a half or something, is the final physical altercation between the two. And it starts with Alice cleaning, because they're getting ready, and Alex's parents are coming over for dinner. He's not doing anything. He's literally just, you know, not helping. And Alice just looks a little bit angry, not because of him not helping, but just because she's over, like, everything. She's over him. Just annoyed at his abuse. And Alex gets upset because she shows Ani. Oh, I got a message. Let's see what we got. Oh. Haha, it's a message saying Alex is an ass. Just kidding, it's not. And then, where was I? That Alex literally, anytime Alice shows any kind of emotion, he just bursts at her. Like, if she shows any other kind of emotion, apart from numb or happy, he can't deal with it. Despite him knowing that she has depression. Eventually, she answers Alex's question because he asks, what can I do to help? And she says like, oh, can you clean the side of the counter? And that's when this video, this infamous video of him saying the N-word, pops up. We're not going to watch the whole thing because it is a little bit long. And it's also a bit dark. This is after she gets kicked. Allegedly. We don't see the kick, we don't hear the kick. This is after it happens. So, here, she officially ends things and leaves. After this altercation, she packs up her bags. Oh my gosh. Who keeps texting me? I wonder who it is. If my sister... Oh. What's she sending me? My sister made grilled cheese, and she's not gonna bring me any. Probably. But sorry about that. Let me start over. Alice leaves and officially ends things. So after this whole situation, Alex continues to just like message her, just complete just not stopping. Like there's like walls and walls and walls of text of just insane amounts of messages. So there's this one which is in the statement, and then we're not gonna listen to 24 minutes of this because it's absolutely insane, and we're just gonna listen to a little just because I like hearing him grovel.
Sorry, my phone cut off. It wasn't acceptable behavior, like in any way, shape, or form. It was insane. Like I guess I've just been stuck in that cycle for so long that I felt like I could do no wrong. I felt like I was the fucking, oh, look at me, I do all this fucking work and I do everything and I try and do this and, just nobody's appreciative and, I know you appreciated it and I know that you appreciated the effort that I used to put in. And then I just stopped because I had you and you're my girlfriend and we lived together, and the more further we got through our relationship, the less effort I put in. And if it wasn't for you leaving, I might never, ever, ever have changed my ways. I might have just continued on like that. At the end of the day, the only thing that's important is that I didn't listen to you. You were right. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. I was impossible to work with. I didn't make it easy. I constantly thought inwards about myself and not about you and what was going on. I didn't make any attempts to change. I didn't make any attempts to fix my life. I made excuses. And it got to the point where I wanted to be alone, because if I was alone, nobody could tell me that I was fucking up and that I was doing anything wrong. And for the first week that you weren't here, I just spent the entire week.
We will leave it there. You guys can watch that on your own because that is such a very long video, but you get the point. He was basically just all over her, just being like, please come back, please come back, please come back. And then on the 15th of June, Alice finally came out with this statement that we have here after posting that they broke up previously and stirring up some controversy and questions about what happened. She had made a TikTok or some kind of post that it was her saying, I don't have high standards, just don't abuse me, which was a post on her TikTok that I couldn't find for this, unfortunately, but I know it's out there and I know some people have covered it. But yeah, that's the Alice side of the situation. A very, very quick guide, or I guess like map, a TLDR as to what has happened. And then we actually got a new allegation, which is King Ani, which is Alex's ex before Alice. And she also made a statement. And we're gonna read through that as well. I'm just gonna... So, this is another statement by Alex's ex. I'm gonna read it because I have not talked about it before. I've read it myself, so I'm just gonna do a quick read through because it's not too long. It's only 2 pages, so thank God. The only thing is it doesn't have any photos or proof, I guess because it was a while ago. So let's get started. My experiences with ImAllexx. Though we've never confirmed it to the public because I personally like keeping my relationships private, I dated Alex from June 2017 till March 2018. It was the most toxic relationship I've ever been in, and I was lucky to get out when I did. When we were dating, though he was from England and I lived in America, we were pretty much never apart for longer than a week. We stayed in Europe for a couple of months, then went to America for 6 months. He couldn't stay 6 months straight due to visa implications, so he stayed 3 months, flew back to England for a few days, then came back to America for another 3 months. After the 6 months was over and he couldn't come to America again for a while due to a visa requirement, we spent some time away from each other. And during that time, with the help of my friends, I came to the realization that I was in the worst and most toxic relationship I had ever been in, and I had to get out. But it started out great, as they always do. The honeymoon phase, as they call it. But as time went on, things got worse and worse, and I was fortunate to get out when I did. But reading all the new information that's come out, he's clearly gotten worse. Let's scroll down a little bit. So we're already seeing parallels between the two. He begins, this is a very common issue with some mental disorders such as narcissistic personality disorder, that they begin love bombing. I'm not saying that he has that. I'm not diagnosing anybody. I'm not ever going to say that somebody has this or somebody has that. I'm just saying it's slightly similar and still both toxic behaviors. Whether he has it or not, it's still a toxic behavior that he's exhibiting. Let me move over my armrest. But they both start out with the experience between both of these ladies. It's just, yeah, it starts out great and he's so nice in the beginning, but then after, when I see them in person and I date them in person, it's not good. It's very toxic and very controlling and negative. During the relationship, he made me feel insane. Like I wasn't myself anymore, and never felt like he listened to me. I always felt belittled and inferior. Whenever we recorded videos together, he would constantly talk over me and never let me have my moment. Most of the time when I had problems, he always somehow made it about himself or talked about his own issues. He'd get stressed over his YouTube channel constantly and complain about uploading, as if it was the hardest job on the planet, and no one had it harder than him. His classic line was, "I can't catch a fucking break." If we ever had a disagreement, he would also sometimes allude to the possibility of killing himself over minor conflicts as a threat, so I couldn't continue with the conversation. it was nearly impossible to give him any kind of criticism, because it was adding to the pile of minor issues that he had already blown far out of proportion in his head. Another thing he did was spin his own narrative and twist words. He didn't just do this in the relationship, but he did it in his work and with his friends. It was the main reason why many people stopped talking to him, because we started to realize that when there was even the smallest amount of drama, and he heard about it, he would make sure to involve himself, even if the subject had absolutely nothing to do with him. And he would just make everything so much worse. This is a common thread that people see with him, like, all the time. For example, the Slazo situation. Though it was never said in the original statement by Chey, he somehow came to the conclusion that it was rape, and everyone else got the blame for it, saying his words. Sorry, my dad is just playing loud music in the back. Where was I? For example, the Slazo situation. Though it was never said in the original statement by Chey, he has somehow come to the conclusion that it was rape, and everyone else got the blame for saying his words. Somehow the situation went from being guilty of being a bad boyfriend to all of a sudden he's a rapist. That was the final nail in the coffin, and I cut all contact with him after that. During our relationship, I bought him and I matching Hez and Ani bracelets for Valentine's Day because I was like, oh neat, a company with both of our names. You can see him pressing the heart bracelet on his lips in the Back to Nothing video he has since taken down from his channel. That video is just him being depressed that, he's alone and he's struggling, mental health, yada yada. But I guess it's like proof that, yeah, we were together. This video was released as a response to me breaking up with him. He uploaded this video after I stopped talking to him as a way of trying to guilt trip me into replying to him. He did to me what he has done in relationships with Alice, where he would fly off the handle and get mad, then act all apologetic and sad to try and get me to feel sorry for him and forgive everything he has said and done. Lastly, there's only one time he ever laid a finger on me, which was when he grabbed me when I was trying to run away from a conflict. We were trying to record a video together, and he was getting frustrated at having to restart the recording multiple times. He started shouting and beating his fist on the table, even going as far as to break his microphone. I was scared, so I got up to leave the room, which is when he grabbed my arm to physically stop me. I remember saying, "You grabbed my arm?" several times in shock, as if to say, who the fuck would ever grab somebody like that? Once again, I was fortunate that was the only time something like that ever happened. I got up before it got worse, and clearly oh my god, I can't read. I got up before it got even worse, as it has clearly with the new information that's come out. It saddens me that it's all come this far. I wished Alice the best privately, and it breaks my heart to have seen all the things that she's gone through. I hope Alice and my story show you that what he was really like behind the scenes. If you're in an abusive relationship, please get out. You cannot fix them. That is the end of my overview of what I set up, but I'm going to give my own personal thoughts now, because I've had time to ruminate and think about it after last night's stream, because after reading it all initially, it was really hard to formulate my points and my views, because it was so absolutely repulsive and depressing, and reading that was incredibly difficult on my psyche. I've never been in an abusive relationship. I don't consume media where that is a thing. I don't really look into that kind of stuff. Me even making this stream about this topic is very rare. I just think it's important to bring attention to abusive relationships, because it can go undetected for so long and under the radar that people just don't realize what exactly it looks like. So showing examples of what it looks like is important within media, and I think people don't realize exactly how far it needs to be abusive. So I think when it comes to the point of all the physical abuse, of course we don't have proof for that, right? We just don't have it. Let's say we did have proof, that'd be even better, But at this point in time, we have no proof of any of the physical altercation. So we're just going to have to go on Alice's word. And from the videos, I am inclined to believe them at this point in time. I say that now because if Alex comes out with something, I have no idea what he'd have to pull out of his ass to make this situation turn to his side. I would have to change my mind if that is the case. But on June 19th at 10:27 p.m. Eastern Time, there is no evidence that he is a good person in any way. Now, Alice could be a bad person, and Ani could be a bad person, and Alex could be a bad person. That could all be true at once. It could also be true that Alice may have reciprocated the abuse because of the abuse she was facing, which is understandable. Very difficult to understand, really. I had to sit with that for a while. It's like, maybe Alice was also a bad person. But it really depends on who began the initial abuse, right? And as it seems, at this point in time, Alex is the instigator of most of these issues. At this point. Especially because the videos that are shown to us, saying that I'm going to bash your fucking head with a fucking brick is completely inexcusable. Just that one clip tells me almost everything I need to know. ImAllexx is not a good person, and he definitely is not the person that he has displayed himself to be on his YouTube channel. 100%. Y'all, my sister got me grilled cheese. Yeah. Are you hiding yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Bye. Ah, take the dog. Because she's gonna bother me. Y'all, I got a grilled cheese. Hell yeah. Oh my god, Zoe. Oh, nice. Thank you. Okay, y'all. Sorry. But as I was saying, I really think that at this point, there's nothing that can convince me that ImAllexx is a good person. It doesn't matter if he says, yo, Alice abused me, in this and that. Unless, even if he shows proof that Alice said similar things, that just tells me that they're both bad people. That doesn't exonerate him from any of his actions. And also, I know there are videos out there that have had him saying, oh yeah, what's it called? Saying the N-word is bad. I've seen those videos from him because I used to watch him before Slazo. There was like some controversies that would have those similar situations. So, I know that he's said that those things are bad. He knows that they're bad, and he's criticized Slazo for these allegations, these similar allegations, and yet he's doing things worse than what Slazo did, like objectively worse, right? Like Slazo made a bad joke, he was slightly controlling, and he had a high sex drive. Those are all things that, yes, we can say, okay, Slazo, you kind of fucked up there, but what ImAllexx has done has just blown that out of the water. So it's not that he doesn't have a moral compass. It's not that he knows whether it's right or wrong. He knows it's wrong. He knows it's wrong. Yet he still does it. And he apologizes and he says, it's not your fault. It's my fault. The only thing he can say now is, I've changed. I'm a better person. That's the only thing he can say. How much is he going to change, though, in this small amount of time? You can't change. When did they break up? Hold on. Let's see. It was last year. So there's no way he would have changed unless he went to friggin' intensive therapy. December 28th. of 2023. Those kinds of things that he's done, you do not fix in a day or 2 days or whatever. That's not how that works. He's not gonna fix himself in such a short amount of time. That's impossible. Absolutely impossible. So, those are my thoughts on ImAllexx, and I think those are my coherent thoughts mostly. This situation has been like really, really rough. This, considering it's my second drama video, it sucks that that's my second drama video. I have other videos in the works that hopefully just might take me out of this very negative headspace of this content, because it's been really bad just sitting and doing the research for this, because I've had to I read the entire statement and I combed through all of the text, and I didn't show the worst ones because honestly, like, it's so incredibly triggering, even as just someone who's never had to deal with abuse, thankfully. Like, even I was like, oh god, this is making me feel like panicked. I feel like tense, like I feel anxiety just reading these things. Like, you can sense something bad is gonna happen. And unfortunately, Alice did have to allegedly deal with physical abuse, as if it's true what she said. But yeah, I don't know what you guys think, because honestly, like, it's just it's so rough. Like, I don't even know what to think about this. I spent a long time, like, at night just and this whole day just ruminating about what I would say. And I mean, like, what can you say apart from that? Just like, this sucks. This is garbage. This is a horrible situation for both parties. Like, it's terrible for Alice, of course. Like, she's the one that was on the receiving end of the call, but let's give benefit of the doubt for now. I don't think he deserves it, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt just for this one moment. If Alice did something so terrible to bring him to say these things, well, then he also had to deal with something, like, rough. And he's also just dealing with mental issues. Like, this man, he needs help. Absolutely. He should not be in any relationship for a really long time, and I think he needs therapy. Like, that's not a controversial opinion, I think. I think that's a very basic, very normal thought. Honestly, like, I don't think that's anything. I feel like that's pretty common sense, but this whole time it's been like, if you just had common sense, none of this would have happened. But you can't really say that. When you're in the abuse, it's hard to realize what's happening. But when you're out of it, it's like, oh shit, this is bad. So, kind of sucks. Like, you don't know it once you're out. Like, sometimes you're in a situation and you don't realize that it's bad until you are like, oh yeah, that was bad. I think the only kind of thing I could relate this to is the show The Maid. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's a really, really good TV show that shows abuse in a very kind of, how do I say it? It's a way that is very easy to understand. Like, for people who are like, oh yeah, I don't understand how somebody can stay in this relationship for so long and deal with it, it really shows, like, yeah, this is the way that people view, like, when you're in these relationships, it's not just, I can leave. Because not only, something that I don't see people talking about often is that ImAllexx had a huge amount of power over her. He was to her, this huge internet celebrity. I mean, he does have a decent amount of subscribers, right? So she's also a content creator. If he comes out with a video saying, like, she's abusive, she's this, she's that, her career would have been over. And so I guess she was also trying to keep that under wraps, which, understandably so. I can see why maybe she didn't want to come out with any allegations until she was out and safe, and, she wanted to come out first. Like, okay, I need to say my piece. So maybe she didn't want to upset him at the time in order to kind of maintain her reputation, right? And it's interesting that it's come out now, and most of the people that I've watched, they've all been saying, like, similar things. Like, oh, I usually don't take sides, in these kinds of allegations and these kinds of stuff, but this seems like pretty clear cut to me that he was abusive. And you know, like, I have to agree, like, it is like pretty clear cut that whether or not Alice is abusive or not doesn't matter. He was clearly abusive to her. They could have been abusive to each other. Like, that doesn't negate that, right? Same thing with her saying the N-word, right? Just because she was abused doesn't mean that she can't be a good or a bad person. It says nothing about her as a person and everything about Alex, right? So I want to, like, make that clear. I'm not supporting her. I'm not supporting anybody. I'm not saying anything about anybody as a person. I'm just saying, like, the actions that I'm seeing, the words that I'm seeing on the screen are disgusting. So I don't know why I don't think I should have to say that. I feel like that's pretty something that you just have to say. Like, oh yeah, I disavow these people. Like, I feel like just because I talk about them doesn't mean, just because I talk about something that happened to them. That's something I've seen with a lot of people, like, oh, like, these actions against this person were bad. Oh, but the person is bad. I don't think that negates whether the action is bad or not. So, like, let's take the Leafy situation when he was, like, banned off of the internet. I don't like Leafy. I don't like his content. But I don't think that he should have been banned off of YouTube, right? I think that's a normal point of view. But if I say I don't think Leafy should have been banned off of YouTube, it's like, oh, you like Leafy? You like his content? Like, oh my god, you're a terrible person for liking his content or, like, approving of him. I don't approve of him. I just don't think he should have been banned, right? Same thing with, like, Sneeko and all of these people. It's the same thing with IPOS, like, the same situation. If you want to see that video, go check it out. I have a full stream, full 2 streams of me talking about how I don't think people should be banned off of the internet for talking about their points of view. And I've kind of gone down a weird rabbit hole of thoughts in this moment. I've been going for an hour. I might stay for a little while. I don't know. I'm gonna eat my sandwich, or I'm gonna take a bite of my sandwich before it gets cold. But yeah, I've mainly said the main thing that I wanted to say. But yeah, we can just chill and talk about random stuff if y'all want to. Let me just take a bite of my sandwich. Fire. Delicious. My sister sure knows how to make a good goddamn grilled cheese. But yeah, I know that there was another thing that came out. Currently, I think ImAllexx is also being accused of stuff. Jesus Christ. But I don't know what's going on with that one. Apparently it's not as legitimate as Alice's point of view, so maybe we could look at that, maybe to see. Let's watch a little video about that. Slazo Controversy. Let's see. I want to just see the document, because ImAllexx's ex came up with a document. Let's see. What's the girlfriend? Kirsty? Cursed? I don't know. It's like cursed or something. That's an interesting name. Cursed. Let me see if I can find the Google Docs real quick, y'all. I'm just gonna go to ReadyToGlare's. Let's see ReadyToGlare's video real quick. Hold up, y'all. Give me just a second. I'm getting ads. Of course I'm getting ads. Ew, nasty ads. Where's my headphones? God dang. Okay, we're gonna watch her video real quick and see what we think about it. Yoink. Big screen. Here we go. Window capture. Doop, doop. Here we go. Let's see what's
And welcome back to my
going on
channel.
with that.
So today we're going to be talking about the whole ImAllexx situation again. I didn't expect to really have anything else to say for a while unless people came forward. Now all of this has turned into a bigger mess than before. Now I'm obviously not here to say who should or shouldn't say their piece. I will say that as time has gone on, it has appeared to me that we're getting farther and farther from the initial allegations made by Alice, and instead we are kind of veering off into, I guess, the public. I'm not really sure who in the public, but the public generally, that vague entity, the public is asking basically anyone who has associated with ImAllexx to denounce him. Now, granted, I can understand that. I've had to do that myself to kind of separate myself from shitty behavior. The thing is, I also feel like at a certain point, it's, you know, obviously I want to know where a creator stands morally, ethically, whatever, but at the same time, it's like the more creators come forward being like, oh, I knew Alex 10 years ago and he said this one weird thing once, is that really necessary to bring up? And that's a question for you guys. There are certain things that I feel like take away from the main thing, because the main thing is the allegations that Alice brought forward and anything relating to that. This has all devolved to a point where people barely understand anything anymore, and I'm kind of in the same boat because there are so many people coming forward saying, oh, well, I was his best friend's cousin's sister's roommate. And it's like, okay, I'm going to cover what's been said, mainly because are we witnessing the downfall of a corner of the British commentary YouTube community falling apart? Because what happened now is that the YouTuber InAbber has been brought into all of this, which, if you're wondering what the fuck, same. So basically, I was on Twitter and this one girl called Kirsty comes up and she is tweeting about her relationship with InAbber being fucked up. Why did this come up? Because allegedly InAbber knew all along that Alex was fucked up. I'll read Kirsty's tweets just so you can see what she said, but that's how this is all related to Alex. But you'll see, it gets complicated, of course it does. So she tweeted, I deleted what I said earlier, but fuck that. InAbber knew what Alex was. He would often comment on how he was an awful person and even labeled Alex a narcissist himself. Everyone knew what a disgusting person Alex was and is. Pretending you were in the dark is inexcusable. He knew about the untrue allegations Alex made against Charlie because he was the one that told me when we were still together. He didn't speak about it like it was a rumor. He spoke about it like it was fact. I spoke to Charlie about it in August. Whilst I don't believe that anyone knew the full extent Alex was treating Alice, everyone knew Alex was a narcissist prior to Alice's statement from how he treated literally everyone else. He's cold and malicious in ways there is no way anyone can deny. Alex was an extremely toxic friend to Frasier, aka ImAllexx, along with so many others, and as someone who once loved him, it was hard to watch, but Frasier admitted to me that he put up with it because being friends with Alex benefited him in his work. Key point, benefited him in his work. So at this point, the allegation is that ImAllexx was basically staying friends with Alex even though Alex was an allegedly terrible person because of money, is the implication. Frasier is also a very calculated person. Manipulation and lying comes so easy to him, it is disturbing. He is not the same, but not far different from Alex behind closed doors. This is a big one, because if we're going with the supposition, or if we're treating the allegation that Alex is in fact an abuser, to say that ImAllexx is not that different from Alex behind closed doors would imply that there is some level of abuse or severely fucked up behavior. It's not just being a narcissist, it's not just being shitty, we're talking about abuse. Likening anyone to an abuser automatically, to me anyway, says there is something severe going on, not just someone being shitty. Does that make sense? What I experienced in my relationship with Frasier is something I'm still working through to this day in therapy. I will not be putting out a detailed statement because my situation is something I would like to heal from in private without the input from strangers online. What I do feel comfortable to say is that the way I was treated drove me to a suicide attempt in June 2023.
Jesus Christ. Let's see the InAllexx doc. Oh my god. This is insane. Brief disproving of allegations made by Kirsty. So this is this is InAllexx's Google Docs. So these are the initial tweets of Kirsty. So basically she's saying he was very similar to who Alex was. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. How long is this? This is 18 pages. What the fuck? Am I gonna have to do another video on this? Because this is insane. This is insane. Jesus Christ. I don't want to have to go through a whole other Google Docs right now. Like, actually, Jesus. Nah. What the fuck? Dude, this is too much. This is too much for me. This is too much. I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, God. This is way too much. What the fuck? Why is everybody coming out with allegations? I mean, I get it. But, oh my god. Because, oh, hey. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That's, let me see. I don't want to show my restream by accident. Let's do this. I'm just gonna put the statement on the screen and then change it. Okay, here we go. Is it this one? Yes, here we go. I guess we're just gonna read it because geez Louise, this is a lot of stuff. I don't really know a lot about ImAllexx. I don't really watch his stuff, but here we are. ImAllexx is friends with ImAllexx, so he's now been dragged into the dirt along with his friend, unfortunately. So we have the initial allegations of Kirsty, which I guess I can boop. Can I put this here? There you go. Okay. I did what I said earlier. I guess here. Oh, here's the original tweet. Okay. Here's the original tweet. She has image on right side since backtracked and stated I actually did not know about Alice. She states she was angry and was making this about myself despite herself making this about me. Literally said I never knew what Alex was. So initially it's that he did not know what kind of person he was, and then it's yes, he does know. I see. Okay, so we got two different statements coming out by Kirsty. Interesting. I wonder why she backtracked. So now my friendship with Alex has have confirmed was toxic. I've had many fallings out with him. Publicly, me and Alex have had fallings out, and of course I spoke to my, at the time, girlfriend cursed about it because she was my girlfriend, and people in relationships typically open up about their feelings. Yeah. My friendship with Alex is very confusing to me personally. As I said on the story, I'm pretty embarrassed that I did not just cut ties with him in the past after plenty of fallings out. Oh, man. Alex is a disliked content creator and has been since 2019. I remain friends with him because I'm a loyal person. But also back then, I was genuinely worried about the well-being and in a lot of cases. What does that statement even mean? In 2021, I was also worried too. 2022, 2023, me and Alex only saw each other walking the dog for the most part, but then it was still toxic. How? Then, mid-2023, we started gaming a lot more together, speaking way more than we usually did, and that obviously led us to making a podcast that lasted 4 episodes. Yeah, and then he got taken off the podcast. Alex was an extremely toxic friend to Frasier, along with many others. Frasier admitted to me He put up with it because being friends with Alex benefited him in his work. Quite frankly, a bizarre allegation she's made that I stay with Alex because it apparently benefited me. My friendship with Alex only did the exact opposite of benefit me, especially at the time when I was in a relationship with Cursed. I don't really want to be speaking too much about numbers, but in reality, Alex's channel has been bleeding subs for 5 years now. Jesus. Nowhere near his relevance in 2018, and a widespread disliked creator. But also, Alex has only been in the title of one of my videos he's featured in during the entire existence of my channel. That was in 2018. See below. I mean, but he did have more followers than you. So it doesn't matter if he's like widely disliked if only a few people dislike him and they get a decent amount of views. But I assume he's talking about the Slazo situation, that he was widely disliked because of that, but that blew over. Kind of, from what I remember at the time when I was following it before, it kind of blew over kind of quickly, and ImAllexx was like kind of forgiven after just being like, you know, they kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt. It's like, you know, he made an honest mistake. He thought these allegations were true. He wanted to believe the victim. You know, whatever. I believe our last proper collab with Alex was a Morgs video that was in 2019. I've searched his name on my channel, and these are the only two videos that come up. As you can see, Alex really did not benefit my channel. I went and checked his main channel during this period. I did a curse, and I'm featured on ImAllexx's YouTube channel 0 times. Our collab that came out in July 2023, after we had broken up, which, again, did not benefit from much at all. As you can see, this allegation is really strange. Yes, I regret being friends with Alex, but the suggestion I benefited with him is actually quite wild, considering this public thing of how disliked he was. I actually was seen as a bit of an idiot for remaining friends with him, and truthfully, that's a fair criticism. The more serious stuff. Okay, here we go. Now for the context. Me and Kirst broke up in April 2023. Kirsty moved into my flat very early on in the relationship after my request, due to some personal issues that I do not want to put in this document that Kirsty was facing. I thought it would be safer and better for her to live at my place, and she agreed. We eventually moved into a bigger flat in March 2023. We both needed more space. I wanted a bigger spot. It made sense. During most of 2022, Kirst didn't really have a space as we were living in a 2-bed flat, and one of those rooms was my office. After we broke up, Kirsty remained living in my flat until December 2023, and I did not want to make her homeless, and she seemingly had nowhere to go as she wasn't connected to her family at that point. It would have been extremely unfair for me to kick her out, and I said at the beginning I'm happy for her to take as much time as she needs to move out. You'll learn why I changed my mind after a few screenshots. So let's get to these screenshots. Fraser is a calculated person. Manipulation line comes easy to him. What do I feel comfortable to say? What I do feel comfortable to say is that the way I was treated drove me to a suicide attempt in 2023. Back when I was still living with him, suicidal thoughts and tendencies is still something I struggle with because of the relationship I'm struggling to heal properly. Firstly, to suggest that I'm not far different from Alex behind closed doors is an absolutely wild allegation. Alex, based on text, was regularly telling Alice to kill herself, calling her a whore, and other manipulative things. Yes, me and Kirst had arguments like any other couple, but it never got to that. This is where we get to June 2023. This is what I'm very confused about, and I understand is a serious allegation, and she's blaming me for a suicide attempt that month. Now, I know Kirst has depression, and does absolutely have real struggles, and I never deny. But I have struggled to find reference to that in our texts. Here's some screenshots. Suicide squad, suicide. Let's see, what does this say? How's it going? Hey, it'll be done by tonight. I actually want to kill myself. What's up? As you can see, there's no reference here. Now, I'm not saying she did not attempt this, but if this was my fault, surely there would be some reference to it. But also, let's talk about how Kirsty spoke to me personally in DMs June of 2023. Just because she doesn't say it to you doesn't mean you're not the reason. I'm not saying you are the reason, and if doesn't matter if you are the reason or not. Someone killing themselves over a person is not necessarily that person's fault unless you really went like fucking, I don't know. You'd have to do some like Alex bullshit in order to be seen as culpable. Because if you just say something to somebody, it's not your responsibility whether they take their life or not. In May 2023, she went and picked things up from our old flat, and I went there after, and she found a note, which was her saying she didn't realize at the time how much she appreciated our relationship, and in general that she had a lot of regrets. It was a lovely letter. Hello, I just read your note, and I appreciate it. It was never that you weren't what I wanted. You don't know how much I loved our relationship, but it got to a point where I felt, where it was just felt unresolvable and has caused me physical stress. I feel like every time we have spoken in the last 2 months, it's been nothing but heated conversations or arguments, and I generally have started to feel the stress affecting me badly. It was never about not wanting me. Whoa. It was never about me not wanting something. It was just by the ending seriously unhealthy for me mentally and physically. And it still makes me extremely sad that we can't continue. But I just can't see a world where it possibly ever gets fixed or changed, given everything that's happened. Also, you need to do the work I gave you. Do the work I gave you so you can actually pay for food and stuff. You can't just live without money. I can pay in advance to help. So he's helping her by giving her a job and also, still letting her live with him. This is me acknowledging the letter and note. Chris at the time was also doing work for me because she used to do research for me and edit, which we thought was a good alternative to having a stressful job. And now this is her acknowledging the existence of the letter and what I said. It's sad for me that you don't remember the nice times we've had over the last few months. Things were getting better, and then the dog attack happened and everything was backslides. Okay. I wish we just tried to fix the communication issues when we had brought them up ages ago. I still really want to try because I've had so much time to reflect and know I could have done something or approached situations differently. Relationships have come back from worse. It just depends if you really want it or not. Can't is the cancer of happen, as they say. But I understand you don't want to. And although that is heartbreaking, I can't force you to do something you don't want. I think I just got confused with all that's going on. If I was still actually working for you or not. Kenji bit Kirsty, which is a very public thing. Okay, that's the dog attack. He was also depressed. His dad had a stroke, and a childhood friend committed suicide. I was not in a good space, especially to try and fix my relationship, but also have sex, which comes in the context of future screenshots. I wouldn't really mention this, but my libido was massively lowered by depression and traumatic events. Yeah, my dad. Yo. What's up? What's up? Hello, hello. But yeah, dude, this is kind of fucked. Jesus. For a time, I was very depressed. If my dad had a stroke and my dog bit my girlfriend and my friend died, I don't want to be doing anything either. Like, damn. Okay, So these allegations are really, like, from what I'm seeing here, I'm gonna scroll through quickly. I don't see that it's, like, the same level as Alice, like, at all. At all. There's no level to where it's even the same. Like, close to the same. So, I don't know, man. So, I don't think these are really that big of a deal, to be honest. Until I see something else. I'll look through these another time because, geez. Yeah, we're gonna look at these later. Here we go. Yeah, because honestly, look, I get that she's also trying to come out with her own little, like, thing, but also, the Alice thing should take precedence because it seems like it's a much bigger deal. Like, if you tell me, okay, we can only focus on one thing at a time, it's gonna be ImAllexx. It's gonna be him, because the allegations against him are so much more intense than the allegations on Inabber or Fraser, whatever his name is. But, like, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about Inabber. I don't think I'm going to talk about it too much because I think it's not as important. From what I'll read it later and I'll give my thoughts. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, the ImAllexx thing, it doesn't seem like he's responded yet either. He hasn't given any response at all. Which I don't think he will. To be frank. I don't think he's gonna respond at all. Yeah, no response there. Let's look on Twitter. I don't think he's gonna respond. ImAllexx. Here we go. Nope, no posts on his Twitter either. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna respond to anything. I really don't think so. Unfortunately. Also, hello, Getaway Xanax. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. I'm like at the tail end of the stream. I had just finished going over all the a load. What do you mean? A load-bearing wall? I don't understand. This thing? That's my bed. That's my Murphy bed. And then I don't know what you're referring to. But yeah, it's a Murphy bed. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. But yeah. If you mean like if it has like studs and stuff, yes. It can. It's good. It was installed by a professional. I did not install it. It was installed by a professional. Was not I. It was not me. I could not ever. We did try. And we broke a piece. Yes. We did try and then we broke a piece and we're like, this is a mistake. Let's call somebody. And they got the replacement piece and then they did the setup. And they had the little stud finder and everything, so yeah. Because, yeah, that is a load-bearing wall. If that's what you mean because of all the cabinets and stuff. Yeah, I would not put a Murphy bed on a non-load-bearing wall. Like, that's actually insane. I think you would have a death wish. But also, people just don't know. They think, like, every wall is just stable. That's not. No. Houses in America are made of carton. So. Or cardboard. I don't know. Same thing. I was like, oh, yeah. It'd be great to have a Murphy bed, but I don't even know if that's possible. With that setup that we have there. But yeah, dude, I've been like doing research on this freaking topic for so long. It's been like a day or like almost 2 days of just straight up looking at ImAllexx. And honestly, like, like, it's so bad. A Muffy bed. It's a Murphy. If you search up, I'll show you. Hold on. Let me, get this thing here. Murphy bed. Murphy bed. I'll show y'all. It's the beds that you can, like, lift up. Hold on. Let me see if I can get not a video image. No. Where is it? Where's the images? It's the ones that you can like lift up into the wall. So it's like this. See? You can just like lift it up on the thing, on the wall. So that's what that is. I got it because I live with my boyfriend, and it's very cramped in my room. So to make some space, we just lift it up, and that's that. Like that's what I do. But yeah, it's not as convenient as you would think. Oh, what do you mean in the movies, my dude? Where do you think that comes from? It's not just movies. Absolutely not. Or in Mr. Bean, dude, I haven't seen Mr. Bean in so long. I think they're bringing it back, from what I remember. I heard that they're bringing it back. I think they're doing like a reboot. They need this, what's this guy? Oh my gosh. The original actor for it. I don't know what his name is. I'm thinking of his, like, fake name that he did in another movie, like Johnny English or something. I don't know. But yeah, a Murphy bed. It's full of clothes right now because I'm packing, because I'm moving soon. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty sturdy too. And then that's my that's my room. It's a very small room, and I have my cabinet open. So like, let me see if you guys can see on this side. Whew. I have like a bunch of stuff, like my books and everything. So these are all cabinets. Everything there is literally all cabinets. Yoink. Please, like, camera, adjust yourself. No! Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have moved my camera. There you go. Haha. But yeah, those are all little cubby holders. Because I only have this one closet to share with another person. And that sucks, because I'm a woman. So I have a lot of clothes that I don't need. Like, I literally bought more clothes. I bought more than I should have. Like, way too much. It looks long, but not wide. Yes, it's a queen. It's a queen. It comes up to, like, right here. Like, I don't want to show my room. My room is a mess. I don't want to show it as a mess. Look, it's a pretty wide bed. Like, it's wide. I promise. It, like, comes up to here. See? Like, from the wall over here. It's pretty good. Yes, 2 people comfortably sleep on it. Oh my god, this freaking cable. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot wider than it looks. That's what he said. So what the fuck is ImAllexx? Great question, sir, ma'am. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Iowa. Great question, Iowa. ImAllexx is a YouTuber who has been he has allegations against him from his ex to his 2 ex-girlfriends. Huh? What? Touch kid again? No. No. No children this time. No children. Thank God. 'Cause Jesus Christ. It was another child. I don't know. No children this time. Just adults. Thankfully. But not good though. Not good. His ex-girlfriends have come out alleging abuse, verbal and physical on one party. So we have Alice, Hez, and Ani something, I don't know her last name, but Ani. And Alice is the main one making allegations, and she came out with a giant 82-page document talking about everything that she had dealt with. And we have video proof, we have photo proof for text, as well as photo proof for damages that were done. So the videos are really, really disturbing. I'll play you one, which is the worst one. Let me get it up here. Let me Here we go. Let me get this here. Obsidian. There we go. Listen up. Listen up. This is insane. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready because this is actually just disturbing.
Sorry first.
So I'm a fucking whore mouth bitch retard cunt.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the
Didn't go on the
maybe?
offensive.
Okay. I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend
You're
would do.
acting
And go,
like
I
this
didn't,
is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this.
Do you not hear it? Okay, I got you. Hold on. I'll bring up the
Sorry first, but no.
here.
You really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this.
That's one of the videos. That's one of the like more damning evidence of like actual legitimate just insanity. We also have this one, which is also disturbing. Okay. There's this one too.
Thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join cool, and when I'm getting, you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong, but when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it, you fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway, so it's just fucking weird, and I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up, which is why it's
Well, those are the two worst ones that there are. There's other ones that are like 24 minutes long. There's one down here, which is 24 minutes long, where after he allegedly kicks her, he starts like following her around and trying to get her just arguing with her, just like berating her.
What? I don't understand. Because not got anything to fucking be stuck up over. But for some reason, something isn't good enough for you. You get to do whatever you fucking want all day. It's like, and then you look like a fucking miserable fucking little cunt all the time. Like, your face is annoying to look at, like, when I come downstairs. Like, I'm actually fed up of looking at you. Which is why I sleep downstairs, because I don't want to have to come upstairs and, oh, you're taking all the covers. It's like, fucking woman, just like, fucking ask me to buy another one, or stop fucking complaining. Like, nothing, the thing is, it annoys me, is nothing needs to be an argument, because everything is fixable. Buy a new duvet, I sleep downstairs. But no, you've always got to act like none of this stuff, because you don't actually try and fix any of your fucking problems. Like, it's infuriating at this point. Like earlier, you're miserable about making a kitchen. All you have to do is say what it is and it fits. It's fine. You don't clean up after yourself. Nigga, neither do you. So, really.
Did you hear that? That he just literally just like called her the N-word, just like, oh yeah, no problem.
Don't worry about it. I didn't go around fucking complaining about everything that you don't clean up after. Why? Because you don't look about it in your fucking little small brain. You're not even honest to pay for any of it. So, who really fucking cares what you have to say?
But yeah, I'm not gonna put the whole thing because it's honestly like so intensely long, and just him berating her, just going like, yeah, you're just a terror. And like after they broke up, this is the messages that he sent, just a wall of text. Just look at that. Look at that. Jesus Christ. You didn't care I was trying. Last 3 months have been so weird. I wish you'd broken up with me to my face. And they did break up to each other's face. That after the kick, she was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. After this incident, she's like, I'm out of here. I'm done with you. And then he like called her.
Doing nothing. And after that week, I realised just kind of like how fucked up my life was, and I have made attempts to try and fix it. You know, I have a schedule. I take out the bins. I look after the cats. You know, I
Just kind of like saying like, yeah, look, I'm doing all of this and I'm doing good, you know? I'm a good person. Oh, you know. Typical behavior of a YouTuber, no? It's like the 100th who acts like an idiot when they have a wonderful future ahead of them. I know. It's absurd to me. How can you just like... I don't know if what it is about YouTube. I'm gonna turn my light on a little bit. I don't know what it is about YouTube that just attracts these people so much, or it's maybe just that they get popular because they know how to manipulate the videos and make themselves seem like really nice and awesome. Because ImAllexx, his like persona online was very PC, very just I'm the neighborhood friendly guy. I don't know. Maybe it's just because there's so many of them. I don't really follow sports at all. If you have examples, like, please send in some examples of sports people that are similar. But it's just people that get the limelight just don't seem to tend to be good people, or their negative actions are just overdone. But we also see times where celebrities or people that are in the public eye, they do something minuscule and it's also blown out of proportion. So we have two different sides to things. We have like the good people that, or like the generally normal people that they do something that's not necessarily too bad and it just gets completely overblown, or they get a false allegation towards them or something. And then you have scumbags, like terrible people. I'm talking, I think was it Mini Lad? I don't know. There's like a bunch of friggin' pedophiles on YouTube. Like, it's insane. Vosh. Oh my god. The amount of times that people have... If someone out there is making themselves look like a good person and they're overly going like, you gotta treat people with respect, you gotta be good, you gotta be nice. Like, people that are always like posturing to be a better person, or like you can tell that they're like, you should treat people with kindness, you should be good to other, like always constantly, like not just once or twice, like, you know, don't bully people, just this, like, if people are constantly acting like a good person, it seems like there's a pattern that you can see that it's like, oh, if they're acting like a good person, they might not be a good person at all. It's the same thing, I think, with like with people who act as if they're smart. I think you see this a lot with more political streamers. The people that are actually smart, they don't look smart, they don't talk smart, they don't like act smart at all, right? So if you have like these people that are acting like they know everything, they use the big words, right? They use the giant vocabulary thing. I don't know. I've seen a lot of it, especially on like video essays, and I'm kind of, you know, I can't say I'm any better because I make video essays about movies and shit. So I don't know. Like, I make videos about silly movies and silly things. So, and then I try to like make it smart. I don't know. So I can't really say like, yeah, I'm not acting. I like to act smart in some senses because that's what I like talking about. I like talking smart. But when it comes to me as a person, I'll never really be like, oh, I don't go out saying I'm a good person because I just prove it. I do good actions if I want to be seen as a good person. If anyone is out there just like, I'm a good person, I'm good, I'm so nice. It's like Gabby Hanna. I don't know if you know who Gabby Hanna is. It's another YouTuber or Vine person that became a YouTuber. Gabby Hanna has like this whole thing where she's like, not to beat my freaking horn, but like, I'm such a good, like, beep beep, I'm such a good person. I forgot what that clip is from, but it's so funny because like, no, dude, you don't. If you're a good person, if you're happy, if you're whatever you state you are, you don't usually have to say it. Guess what? You just are. You just exist as that person. I don't have to go out of my way to say, like, I'm a good athlete, right? I don't have to go out of my way to say I'm the strongest. I don't have to go out of my way to say I'm the prettiest. I don't have to go out of my way to say any of these things are easily measurable, provable, to the point where it's like, yeah, you don't have to go out and be like, I am this. People will know when they see you. Like, it's not hard. People can generally judge your character. So if athletes, like, I know in, I don't know if it's like the boxing sphere with YouTubers, like, they're like, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna, like, don't just say it. Do it. Just do it. You don't have to say anything. Like, I'm into the, what's it called? I'm really into bodybuilding. At least that sphere. We got Chris Bumstead, you know? He's awesome, and he's very, very humble. He doesn't say, I'm gonna beat you all, like, look at my abs, I'm super cool. Like, he's like he gives out, like, golden retriever energy without having to say anything. He doesn't have to say, like, I'm so humble, I'm this, I'm that. Just you saying, I'm so humble, just takes away from you being a humble person. You know, you should only be said that you're humble by somebody else. No one, you shouldn't have to say it yourself. It's like, you can't give yourself your own nickname. You can't give yourself your own descriptors. So no, I don't think that's how it works. Same thing with ImAllexx. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. ImAllexx is always like, you know, I care about people. Do you? Nobody has said that about you. Absolutely. Money, popularity, success enlarges the ego of some people, and that's where things go wrong. It's about power. And I know I'm stealing this from another YouTuber called Gokanaru. He talks about this on his streams all the time. But he talks about power, that when you're given power, money is just access to power. When you're given power, and what you do with that power is what kind of person you really are. If you show that you're a good person, despite having power over somebody, then you are truly a good person. If you have power in the social field, like you're very popular, and you do good things with it, then you are a good person. But if you are given power in a social sphere, and you use it to make fake allegations, to take people down, to make people feel worse, then you're not a good person. If you use your power to, like, bring up important issues, then that means you're a good person. Right? And to some extent, like, ImAllexx brought up some really important things. But he also made false rape allegations to one of his best friends. Or one of his friends. I don't know if they were best friends, but they definitely, like, made videos together and stuff. That was with Slazo, which was 4 years ago. ImAllexx made some false allegations towards him and basically almost ruined his YouTube career. Slazo just he had made a response before, and he cleared everything up, and he's like, look, I will take accountability. I was a bad boyfriend, but that's about it. There was no rape, there was no nothing. So, to that extent, like, if you're just honest, people will feel the honesty. Like, ImAllexx was being disingenuous, and Slazo was being genuine. So you're gonna feel that through the video. Generally, most people can try and, like, perceive that. It's hard. It's not the same as being in person or hearing these conversations in person. Of course, like, body language and things like that are very important things when you're taking all these issues into account. But yeah, I agree, like, but how do you educate people about that? These people never learn to be good people. It's like, you can't. And so sometimes they don't realize that they're stupid. When they realize it, that's when despair arises. Yeah. It's to be honest, I don't even know how you could fix something like this, because this is like a nature versus nurture kind of situation. You're stuck with, oh, these people have had, because if you look at ImAllexx, you see that from a young age he had like a really popular success, but so did other people, right? It's not like, oh yeah, just because you start off super popular on YouTube and you get a lot of money really quickly, you're going to be a bad person because you get power. It's just, is it like an innate thing that you're born with, that you just have these traits of like negative behavior? Because with ImAllexx, it honestly seems to be a mental disorder that he's dealing with. Like, honestly, it's very intensely just like, I don't even know what it is. And I'm not even gonna try and guess, but this man is not mentally okay. So at this point, it's like something apart from just learned behavior. Because you can learn to be a good person through therapy and through experiences, and you can also learn to be a bad person through your experiences and through, other things. And even through therapy, you can learn to be a bad person through therapy, because sometimes some people with MPD, they learn how to manipulate people through therapy. Like, therapy does not work on people with narcissistic personality disorder. So not the same kind of therapy. It has to be a different kind of therapy. I think. I'm not a professional. Don't quote me on this. I ain't no professional. I work with animals. I'm not a people person. But yeah. Yeah, like, usually they learn their lesson when it's too late. And they've already caused the damage. Like, the damage is done. Alice has already been traumatized with, if this is for real, Alice has already been traumatized with everything that happened. Same thing with Ani. Like, it's too late for them. So if ImAllexx is learning his lesson now, you've already damaged two people's psyche. Like, that's already really messed up. Right? And same thing with, like, I'm not comparing Alex to a pedophile, but I'm gonna say something that might sound like that. Okay? I'm just saying. Like, never mind. I'm not gonna make the analogy, because honestly, like, people are gonna take it the wrong way, most likely. But, like, they only learn after it's done, and they get the backlash. And sometimes they don't even learn. Like, I don't think he's gonna learn. Because he didn't learn with the Slazo situation. At all. At all. At all. So, we can only hope. And the thing is, a lot of, like, YouTubers are decently good people. Most YouTubers, like, tend to be normal human beings that make mistakes, as does everybody. But they don't go around abusing people. But the small minority, it gets elevated through people like me. Unfortunately. They get elevated through people like me and other people talking about the drama. But also, it is important to talk about, because you want this to get out. You want people to realize, hey, this person is not okay. This is not a good person. It's like, this is just generally not a good person. So that's why I was, like, reluctant to talk about it. Because I'm like, if I don't want to also be part of the, like, bandwagon of just jumping on and talking about this person just because it's internet drama. This isn't internet drama anymore. Damage control, that's mostly what they do. They really don't see the effect it has on people that want to save their career first. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna damage control everything. I don't know what what actions he'll take. I think he might just take the Colleen Ballinger route and just stay quiet for, like, a few months. That would be the smartest thing for him to do, but knowing him with everything that I've seen and his previous situation with Slazo, where he was very vocal and only took it back when the backlash was too great, I think he's going to try and defend himself. I don't think it's going to work. Because I don't know how you could defend yourself against everything that's been said against him. Like, I legit have no idea what you can say. Like, what can you say to make that any better? What are you gonna say? Oh, Alice also was as bad as I was. That's the only thing you're gonna really be like, Alice abused me too. That doesn't negate the mutual abuse. Like, let's say Alice did abuse Alex. I hate that. Oh my god. Alex. Jesus. And I already have like a slight stutter when I stream. I don't know why. I just it happens. But like, what was I saying? Fuck. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I remember. If Alice was as mutually abusive as Alex, that still doesn't take away from Alex being a bad person. And I want people to understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying Alice is a bad person, and I'm not saying that Alex is also a bad person. I'm not one to judge. I don't judge people. That's not my thing. I don't have opinions of my own, guys. I don't have my own proper opinions. I do, but I don't know if I should, like, I have my own opinion on it, but I don't like saying it too much. Because, like, I feel like if I just start giving my opinion that, yeah, he's a bad person, for X, Y, and Z reason, like, I don't know yet. He hasn't come up with his statement. I don't think I'll ever know the truth. I don't think anybody will ever know what really went on in their relationship. And it's kind of unfortunate that they had to go through this, but it is what it is. They've made their bed, now they can lie in it. Especially Alex, if this is all true. I have to keep saying if this is all true, just like so everybody knows. Everything I am saying in this is alleged. Nothing is confirmed. Only the videos. Like, the videos are for sure him. Like, unless you have some crazy AI fucking thing, which I don't think she does. Right? I don't think she does, and I don't think she would spend the time or money it takes to make a crazy, like, realistic AI to do this. But, apart from the point, the videos are for sure real. Like, the videos, they're there. The videos are there. If we could get maybe more context to the videos that might explain why he was reacting that way, maybe he might be able to get some leeway. But I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that he has an explanation. I can't even imagine an explanation that would be, like, able to explain away his words. And the texts are revolting. The text that he sent to her, I hate you, genuinely. You're annoying to look at. You should just die. Like, that's what is, like, I understand maybe lashing out once and saying something incorrectly and you're like, shit, you know, I didn't really mean to say that. Maybe once in the relationship, but he's had multiple instances where he's lashed out at her. And if he was like mentally okay, he would have left if it was really that bad. He bought his own house. He could have just been like, I'm done with you. And I don't know, like, it's hard for me to say those things because I've never been in an abusive relationship. I don't know what it's like. I don't know why you would stay. But it is hard to, like, I understand maybe on Alice's perspective slightly why she stayed, because unfortunately this guy is a huge YouTuber. She's also a content creator. He can make a video and there, boom, goes her career. So maybe she was trying to find a small out and trying to be like, you know, maybe I don't have enough evidence yet. Maybe might make a video about me and I won't be able to defend myself. But to be honest, like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look for Alex right now, unfortunately. Ugh, I'm gonna get my little Furby. Because I think I've mostly said my point. I'm kind of reiterating what I've said over and over. Especially like from the last video. Like from my last stream. I kind of said the same things. But yeah, I've said very similar things on my last stream. Mostly because a lot of my thoughts have only slightly changed. But I was mostly like, over this time I was thinking, what could the other side, like, if I was Alex and I didn't do these things, or I didn't actually abuse her and I didn't kick her, like, what could I say? And nothing defends the fact that you called her a dog and told her to lie down, that you're bragging. These people are, you follow or cause that is, so I used to watch, ImAllexx, before the Slazo controversy. I don't know, that was like 4 years ago, right? And I used to really enjoy their content. He's also in like a sphere that is extremely popular within the British community, and I don't know why. For a really long time, I was in that circle, like, not I was in the circle, but I was like watching these people like a lot, like James Marriott, Inabber, ImAllexx. Like these were one of my favorite creators. So I did distance myself after the Slazo situation, which was 4 years ago, and now hearing that this has come back, like I'm like, oh shit. Like I should, like, let me look into it. And then just seeing that the abuse was like allegedly, and just what I saw was crazy. Like it needs to be kind of like, I feel like it should be spread, right? Because when you read it, it's like, wow, this is foul. This is foul behavior. So I was like, I need to talk about this because like people need to know. Like, yeah, I don't have a big channel, but I don't know, just like putting my thoughts out there, especially because there was something that I was thinking about that not a lot of people were talking about, which was Alex's power over Alice. Not a lot of people were bringing up that there was a major power imbalance there, specifically because he was making more money than her. He was a large YouTuber, and she was also in that sphere. And I just thought like maybe doing like a like I made like a comprehensive overview look at the situation, bringing in the Slazo allegations with the Alice, and then the new allegations from Ani, just kind of making it like a condensed version of everything so people can just kind of look on and kind of get a quick TLDR of the whole situation. But it's not necessarily that it's like a cause that's close to my heart. It's just like you feel for these people that deal with these terrible situations. Like you feel for them, whether you know them or not. But yeah, I just get invested in everything too. Like I take things so like I get really into stories. Like when I did my In Praise of Shadow video, I got really into I just like doing research. I really like looking into, like, deep diving into things. That's just, you know, that's a me thing. But I, like, all of my videos are just deep dives into everything. Like, my new video that I'm working on is a deep dive into a book that was it became a movie, and that movie was one of my favorites in my childhood. So I just did a major deep dive, and I'm editing that video now, so hopefully it should be out soon. I swear, like, my videos take a while because I do a lot of research, and I just like researching things. I don't know. I like looking into topics and going down rabbit holes and reading and taking notes and stuff. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if you know what telenovelas are, but that is a kind of, not Cuban, but a Spanish soap opera. I don't know if you know what those are, but they're extremely dramatic. They're very dramatic. Like reality TV, but fake. Well, reality TV is fake, but I don't know if you know what I mean. Nope. But you have, like, these characters that are just, like, always dealing with some drama, like, some insane thing. And I used to watch those a lot as a kid, and I feel like being in the sphere of talking about it and talking about drama, well, this is a bit more serious, so I'm not gonna say that this is like that. But in those shows, everybody's always crying, everybody's always sad, there's always something going wrong. Either somebody's in a car crash, or somebody's getting, like, somebody's a hostage, or this child is homeless. Like, it's always the most intense things, and that's what I watched during my childhood. So I am prone to enjoying drama and looking into other people's lives. unfortunately, that's a bad trait of mine. I really like looking into these things. It's probably not good for me, but it is what it is. I also was just born drinking coffee, which is also not good for me. But there's a lot of things that happens in Hispanic households that are not good for people, but it still happens. I'm not shading my family, by the way. This is just like me joking around, but I used to watch a lot of like drama shows. So I just like talking about it. That's it. I remember there's one drama show that I would watch. It was about vampires. It was so good. Oh my god, I don't even remember. Yeah, I do. I do. My Okay, I'm gonna link my channel. I'm actually streaming on YouTube, by the way. Let me get my channel thingy. Boop. Here we go. There it is. That's my channel. I stream both on, what's it called? On YouTube and Twitch. I just feel like it's better that way. I just use Restream and it does both. So I really don't have to do anything. But it's very easy using Restream. But yeah, I make videos about this kind of stuff all the time. Well, not really all the time. I used to have another channel where I would do more, but I took that channel down because I was just not enjoying that one. I wanted to do more creative endeavors, so I kind of switched over to this channel. But I love talking about drama, so what I've decided to do is my live streams will be talking about the current day situations that are going on, like things that, like topics that interest me, and then my videos are gonna be like deep dive videos, creative videos about topics that I enjoy. So like books, media, and my first video was about game theory because they kind of inspired me to do this, like to make a creative channel. And yeah. And then my second video, which was not planned, was about monkey abuse because I saw some really like I was just scrolling on shorts, on YouTube Shorts, and a really disturbing thing came up where I was what's it called? I was just watching the YouTube Shorts and a monkey rescue video popped up. And it was not a monkey rescue. It was like a fake monkey rescue. It was actually just somebody putting a monkey in a bad situation, then pretending to rescue them from that bad situation that they put them in. And yeah, it's just, and they had videos of the dead monkeys on the screen, and it was like, oh my god, Jesus Christ. And I was not like searching for it, just popped up because I'm going to vet school, so I look up a lot of animal things. Like I search up animal surgeries and things like that because like that's what I'm gonna do, you know? That's my career. It's my future career. So I look into like animal surgeries, like rescue videos, and I guess it like thought that that's what I was into, and that popped up, and that was very disturbing. Oh my god, I thought there was a cockroach in my room. Grr. I heard something shuffle in the corner. I don't think so. But yeah, that was my second video. And then my third video is very fun. I think it was pretty fun. It was an Easter one, which I posted super late. It was not on I did not post it on Easter at all. It was about a movie. Sorry. It was about a movie for Peter Cottontail. So, that movie was a fever dream. That was a great video. I had a lot of fun editing in that video. And then the current video I'm working on is about The Last Unicorn. It's not out yet, but it should be out soon. Hopefully within a week. And then I have another video in the works, apart from that one, which is a more long-term video. Which is, I'm not gonna say what it is about. That one's a little secret. There's a little teaser on my YouTube if you want to check out the teaser. It's there. It's a really nice, cool teaser. I did acting in it, which was fun. Yeah, but I'm gonna plug my Discord right now because I'm talking about my stuff. If you want to get notified of when I post these awesome videos and these insane streams, you can go follow my Discord. I'm gonna leave a link, but if you are watching this back on YouTube, I will be leaving a link in the description below so you guys can get on there. Y'all. Do 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 do. Hold on. Yoink. Yo. I don't think I posted it. What's happening? Is my live going? There it is. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Boop. There it is. There's the Discord. Boop boop. There you go. But yeah, so that's that. I don't think I have much else to say about the ImAllexx thing. I could keep talking about literally whatever the frick y'all want. So if you guys want to talk, if you want to talk about anything else, let me know, because I've been streaming for almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, approximately 30 minutes, and I'm kind of getting, I mean, I had my grilled cheese sandwich. I had my grilled cheese sandwich, which was pretty good. But I'm kind of thirsty and I've ran out of water. I have no more water in my water bottle. An unfortunate set of circumstances. But yeah, I don't like I said, I don't think I'm going to talk about the Inabber case, especially at the moment. There doesn't I'll read the Google Docs, but at this moment I don't think there's a reason for me to about load bearing. Yeah, okay, do you have information? Like, are you somebody that does, like, I don't know, are you somebody that does that stuff? Like, you fix walls? I don't know. Do you fix walls, Iowa? I don't fix walls. And if you do, I actually would require your assistance in like a month, because I'm moving soon and I have to fix the walls in my other place. So I don't know shit about anything, and I want to do a lot of cool projects in my new place, but it needs to be cheap because I'm a college student and I have no. You just admire load bearing walls. Oh, well, here it is. My load bearing wall. There it is. There it is. And we're this is what the layout of my house is kind of interesting, because if you go, like, if you had x-ray vision and you go through that wall, there's another wall after that. But it's like we have the living room area that's like really tall. So there's like no floor there. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. It's just empty. And then another wall. Because usually load-bearing walls are on the outside. That's why I'm saying that. Usually, load-bearing walls are on the outdoors. They're the outdoor walls. This is not an outdoor wall. This is a load-bearing wall to my right. This is a load-bearing wall to my left. Not always. True. Not always. Sometimes you have really shitty houses that the outdoor walls are not load-bearing. You have to check your studs. Get a stud checker machine and check your studs. See, I know some things. I'm not completely useless when it comes to that. I mean, I built my desk. That's not saying much because it's like a pre-built thing from IKEA. Not from IKEA, from Amazon. I built my chair. Secret Lab chair. I built this. it was a few screws and that's it. I built this chair. It's such a cool chair, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if you guys can see the back of this chair. Look at that. You see that? That design? It's a Secret Lab tracer chair. This chair was too much money for what it's worth. It's a great chair though. I love this chair. Oh my god, what did I get stuck? Yeah, damn. Yeah, I built this chair with my 2 hands. With my 2 very small, short, stubby hands. These are my hands. But yeah, I built my house with my hands. I built my house completely from the ground up. You know those like videos of those people in the wilderness just going and building houses? That was me. That's how I built this house. Are you impressed yet? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm just waiting to see if ImAllexx says anything. He hasn't said shit. I don't think he's gonna say anything. I think I'm done with this topic, honestly. Unless he says something. Like, if Alex says something, then I will make a follow-up video. I think that's the last thing I'll say with that topic. Unless he comes out with a banger video saying his side of things, clearing up the allegations. I don't think I'm gonna talk about it again. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Oh, you want to see something cool? Super random also, like ADHD moment. I have these Japanese candies. Look, it has Donald Duck on it. It's Japanese. Hold on. It's a Japanese candy. I don't know what that says. Probably says like grape flavor or something like that. I don't know what it says. But look, it has Donald Duck. And then the back also has Donald Duck. Look at that. That's fire. This is fire. This is awesome. These candies, I don't know what it is about Japanese candies. They're just the best. They're just absurdly amazing. I can't open it though. I'm gonna shit my pants trying to open this. Oh my god, what the fuck? Like, there's no place. Like, there's like a little pocket that you can stick your finger in. That's what he said. Oh! I got it open. There you go. The most annoying sound, though. And then they're like this. I'll show you guys. It's a grape candy. And it looks like a conical grape. If you connect 2 pieces... I'm having a moment right now. I'm having a schizo moment. You connect 2 pieces. It kind of looks like a full grape. But not really. I'm living for the schizo moment right now. Dude, I'm gonna have to, like, cut this stream or something. Like, make a separate thing just for the condensed, because this stream has just become something else. That does not make any sense. Or I'll just put chapters in it, I don't know. Because I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Jesus Christ. I'm just eating my grape candy. Dude, this is so fire. So good. So amazing. Delicioso. Wow. So good. Ugh. Oh my god. Last one. And I'll stop freaking out over grape candy and I'll talk about something else. We'll go on Twitter. Let me go on Twitter. What is trending? What is trending in the United States? Tommy the Clown. Who the fuck is Tommy the Clown? I guess there's a music festival going on. Ken and Friends. What's Moonstone Island? What is that? What is this? What is this game? Moonstone Island looks adorable. You can use a boomerang to harvest crops. Copy paste. Oh, that looks cute. Oh. Kendrick concert. Oh, okay. I don't know shit about that. I know there was a drama with Kendrick and Drake. I don't know what happened with that at all. Baby Keem, 5 times Aubrey. I don't know. I'm just searching through my Twitter. But my Twitter is like so wholesome because I don't go on it. Like, what happened with Kendrick and Drake? Like, I know that there was something with Drake being a weirdo. Because I know, like, he had some strange fascinations with children. If that's what happened. It was, like, with Millie Bobby Brown and someone else. And Billie Eilish. I always say her name. I don't usually say her name like that. But her new album is freaking fire. I don't know if you've heard it. But her album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, so good. Jesus Christ. Amazing. Hold on, I'm gonna go check something real quick. But yeah, dude, that album was so good. So freaking good. But anyways, yeah, I don't know shit about rappers. I don't listen to rap. I only listen to, I listen to Broadways. That's my music. I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying it is what it is. Like, that's what I listen to. You can listen to whatever you want. I don't care. But my music, my people, are theater people. That's my kind of people. But yeah. I don't know. Have you guys... I watched the... I used to live in New York for a while, which was pretty interesting. That was a time in my life that was insane. But I remember just going to a bunch of Broadways, and that was great. That was awesome. Like, honestly. But yeah. No, I don't know. Like, I feel like I should end the stream because I'm not even talking about my title thing anymore. I could keep talking about it. I just don't know what else to say. We could read through the statement a little bit more. Maybe go through the notes. Because there were some notes that he left, which... Honestly, the writing on the notes is like... We can do, like, some murder analysis. If you know what I mean. The... It's like analyzing the writing. We can analyze the writing on the notes. Let me take this out. I have so many tabs open. Jesus. Criminy Christmas. So many thingies open. I don't like having this much open. Here and here. There we go. Seems to be good. Who is sending me a message? Who's texting me at this hour? It's not my sister. Oh. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do this, and then we'll look at the note, because I need you guys to tell me if you can understand the writing on this. Please tell me if you understand what this says at all. At all. Because I do not. I don't. I don't know what this says. I write in cursive, and there's some words here that I don't even know what it's saying. So it says, Dear Alice, I'm so sorry for not... what does that say? Please tell me what this says right here. For not what? What does that say? What does that say? For not what, dude? For not what? Jesus. Let me put my chat on the other thing. Here you go. I have to move my chat because, I only have one monitor and a phone, and it's not working very well. So, dear Alice, I'm so sorry for not fixing. That's what it says. Okay. Jesus Christ. Dear Alice, I'm so sorry for not fixing my behavior before, and I understand this might be too late, too little. I hurt you deeply, and I will spend forever trying to make that up to you. I'm so sorry for blaming you for how I acted. I didn't take responsibility for how toxic I had become. Always were, my dude. I should never have made excuses for shouting, insulting, and pulling you. I regret our last night more than anything in the world. I'm writing this because I want to stay. Hey, what does that say? I don't know what that says. At all. Does anyone understand what that says? I'm writing this because I want to change. I don't know what that says. I want to blank. Show? Oh, I want to show you how much. What is this? I'm writing this because I want to show you how much I regret and am ashamed of hurting you. You are my world, and every day without you has been eye-opening. What the fuck? What the fuck am I reading? What is this? How you must have felt have been eye-opening. Is how you must have felt. On how you must have felt? I don't know what it's saying. I'm not looking for forgiveness. I will spend every day trying to earn your trust. I'm writing this on the chance that I can work to be able to show that change. I don't know. To show that chance. I don't know what that says. I would do anything to win you back. You were right, and I'm sorry. I didn't listen. You were the love of my life, and I will never forgive myself for hurting you. I will spend every day working. I don't know. What does that say, y'all? I don't know what that says. Fixing what I have broken. I promise to never downplay or ignore you ever again. I took time to reflect on everything, and I'm taking steps to put myself right. So this is when she started writing everything out. But yeah, let me see. There's so much more I could talk about, but I really don't want to relive it anymore. It was an awful, toxic relationship I should have left. Just 2 months to knowing and finding out the kind of person he actually is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's that she tried to change him and it didn't work, but nah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I don't know what else I can say. About this. This whole situation is just kind of fucked. Honestly, like, it's fucked on every side. So, I think, y'all, we are gonna leave it here. I've had a wonderful stream. Like, it's been super fun. Fun in the way that I've liked interacting with you guys. We had our little side tangents. But also, go join the Discord. Yes. Go join the Discord if you want to watch and have a good night. If it's night where you are. It's night where I am. Technically, it's the morning. But it is what it is. The night is young. And I'm staying up until 6 in the morning. So, yay for me! Anyways, I'm gonna end the stream now. But thank y'all for being here. And I don't know when I'll be back. But I'll be back soon. With some fun stuff. Bye.